education with the marketplace. And I'm looking forward to this discussion right here. Thank you so much for all your messages. We'll chit chat in a little bit and find out more about what's been happening in and around. And thank you so much for contributing to the ratting and chatting discussion. Yeah, that was fire. Hope all the truths you discover will be good from here on. Promise we change this backtrack, but I guess it'll have to be at the end of the month. We'll try to make that happen. All right. Dream Builder in the building.
Your Royal Highness.
How you doing, Chief? What's going on?
It is always a pleasure to be here on a Monday.
Indeed.
This is how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I enjoy this because I take my time off from being Prime Minister for a few hours.
Yes, indeed. And of course, thank you so much to everyone who's appreciated the discussion that we have every Monday between now and the mix. And we always appreciate the fact that you're listening and you're learning a day at a time, every Monday at a time, and getting more and more information. It's about giving you all the information you need and to awaken something in you, because the man always says the aim is to make sure that you dream big, start small, and finish strong. That's what's up.
Just sounding like the dream builder. It's nice. It's nice when the king also supports the dream builder.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get right into it, Mox.
Correct.
You know, we are exploring marketplace opportunities in Zimbabwe. I think this is now our 5th week of the series.
Yep.
We spoke a little bit about agriculture, and we've gone into mining because Zimbabwe is blessed with minerals. But still on mining and getting into our next topic. Today's topic is about brands. Okay, I want to elaborate a little bit. Brands are what businesses are about. Every single day you go into a supermarket, or even what you're wearing today, or the appliances, you name it, cars, we all buy brands. But I want to paint a picture about the difference between the value of brands and the mentality of ownership or being a servant. All right, just bear with me. You know I love stories, Mox.
Yep.
So this is a story, but I'm going to paint it as a picture because it's actually an image. So there's an image. If you know, this is radio, so I'm hoping I'm going to paint a lovely picture here. Just imagine a picture of a man on one side, right? There are two men, but it's a man who's dressed one way and another man who's dressed in another way. The one man on the right is a rich man, and the one on the left is a poor man. The rich man is wearing a shirt for $35. He's wearing a pair of trousers for $70 and a pair of shoes for $70. All in, he's wearing about $160, $170. Rich, right? On the left is a poor image of a poor person, but very much wearing brands. So he's got a cap for $270, $300. He's wearing a watch, Rolex, $5,000-$10,000. He's wearing the latest sneakers for about $1,000. He's got his iPhone, gold-plated, branded phone, iPhone, Samsung, wherever your brand is. He's wearing a gold necklace, right? And when you package him all together, he's wearing clothes for $10,000 to $15,000. Okay. Now here's the thing that I wanted you to catch as we continue this series about linking opportunities, exploring opportunities, but linking education to the marketplace. The person on the left, the poor person, would rather look like they are something, right? And I'm speaking to Zimbabwe, I'm speaking to Africa. Are we chasing the trinkets, right? The gold, the watch, and the minerals that make the watch? Or should we have a mentality of building our own brands? Last week I told you I was in South Africa for my daughter's graduation.
Yeah.
This particular university specializes in building brands. And I started to realize that part of our challenge in the example I gave you is that what we consider successful and rich people understand the mindset of ownership, overlooking like, they live like. Right? So when you understand, and these are owners of brands versus consumers of brands. And I'm saying here, the wealth of Africa, and the irony of this story is this poor person is wearing gold mined in Africa. He's using a phone with minerals from Africa. He's wearing shoes with rubber and material from Africa. But as Africans, as Zimbabwe, how much do we understand the value of a brand? Raw material to finished product, those that do economics, you know where the margins are made the most. It's by the brand. And right now, you could be in a car driving in a home, you could be wherever you are. Just look around you, you're surrounded by a marketplace called brands. Zimbabwe, I'm speaking to you and I'm asking you to see with the eyes of faith that we are royal, that we are wealthy, that our identity is not that which we need to slap value on ourselves because we don't value who and what we have. We're very wealthy people. And my dream and my hope as I continue this series is that I hope we could see ourselves the way the West and everybody else sees us. They don't see us as a poor nation. They don't. They don't see us as a third world nation. We are the continent with the richest minerals, and I'm only talking mining. If you're not in Africa, whatever industry you are around the world is going to be affected. That is why you see everyone having a scramble, a second scramble they're calling it. The first one was in 1883 when Belgium conference split Africa into a cake. If you're listening to me, this is not a political speech. I keep saying that I am the Prime Minister. I'm asking you to know your value and your worth. And when you approach education from a place of ownership and a value that already knows that you are enough, you are, as an African, wherever you are enough. You acquire knowledge not to have it as a badge of trinkets, but you acquire it because it adds to who you are and the purpose that you're called to. So our education, right? I want to speak to value. Remember talking about brands. One of our biggest brands. Hear my message in the context of the topic I'm talking about right now. I want to talk about our currency. It's a brand. And I want to talk about how a currency is like a stock market. It's like a counter, right? When people do not believe in a counter, value, right? Things don't work, right? And yes, you can tell me no, there are other fundamentals to a currency or to a performance, management, etc. I'm speaking here about belief. You know, it's going to sound a little funny, but bear with me. Funny and, I believe money has ears. Okay, I'm going to go a little spiritual in a way. And it listens, Mox. And I think it speaks to value. Just as an individual is a brand, and you need to be speaking positive things to yourself. And I want to talk about the scripture that says, faith is the substance of things substance of things hoped for, evidence not seen. We have to speak some things into existence over our nation, over our currency. Because if we don't, it's like that value. You hear what I'm saying? You end up valuing brands called US dollar and rands, right, at the expense of understanding who you are. And I say this knowing that there are issues that I'm talking about the faith of professing. Just imagine if we could, for one day, just have confidence to speak positively about the nation of Zimbabwe and its currency in particular, the brand ZIG. I want to call it by name because it has ears to hear what I'm saying right now. We are a traumatized nation sometimes where currency is involved, but I'm telling you it's time to speak positively because it's our value. We are speaking negatively. I know some of you haven't even seen the currency, obviously, and this is a backed currency by a precious mineral called gold. I want to speak currency. I want to speak to that currency, Mox. And I want to speak positively. And I'm challenging us. And I know you're going to be like, no, faith is the substance. Do you know what faith does, Mox? It speaks that which is not as if it is. And I don't know why I'm going on that rabbit trail today, but I'm saying there's value when we have value, when we have belief. Africa, sometimes Zimbabwe, we're our own worst enemy because we don't love ourselves. We don't respect and understand the value we have. And when you don't understand what value you have, you'll sell your soul for a bowl of soup. Because you're just like, well, I mean, it's just me. No, know your value. The ZiG is the first currency on the continent at the moment to be backed by gold. And I know this is going to sound, I'm not a politician. I'm going to say it from my heart for what it is. We have an opportunity to believe and as a people to rally around and speak positively about this currency, by the way, that affects all of us. I understand that we love other stable currencies, as we call it. But amungarambe muchiitika ku next door. Amuvake muchirambe muchiitika ku next door. Can't.
Yeah, that's true.
As
Yeah,
Africa, there has to be a time when we have an identity. 80% of Africa's business is done via the US dollar, not its own currency. We've got 33 currencies. It's an identity crisis. It's a brand crisis. We do not know who we are. We don't know what we have, Mox. If we knew what we had and who we are, I think we would walk with a slightly different step. That's my challenge. I know for some of you this is going to be like, oh, what is this guy saying? And no, I am challenging. Yes, speak positively to the ZiG. You know, I'm going to do a brief talk to the ZiG right now. ZiG, I said you can hear me. The currency called ZiG. You can hear me. We are Zimbabweans. And you are going to grow stronger and stronger by the day. Because the very currency of gold, the mineral gold that is backing you, I call that gold out of all the four corners of Zimbabwe to strengthen our currency. I ask that the administration that manages this currency grow in favor, in integrity, that this currency may be known all over the world. Some of you are itching as I say this because it's foreign to speak positively, because we're caught up in the detail instead of the faith. I've gone on a slight twist today because I feel it's time for us to unite. This issue that we are dealing with, where we talk about marketplaces, about nations, we need our own currency to have a marketplace in the world. We need our own currency. We need faith that we can do it and that we need to do it together. Imagine if we could measure everyone's faith on the ZiG every morning. Imagine. And we could have a barometer every morning when you say, no, there's only 5%, you know, so the currency has to be valued at 5%. But imagine if we had 95% confidence and faith in the belief that we are, not the government, not the business, we are capable, because the confidence is on us. Just like betting on yourself, there comes a point where if no one else backs you, you gotta back yourself. Africa, Zimbabwe, let's back this thing. I told you money is listening, so be very careful what you say to money. If it's not coming to you, now you know why. It's because you've been mean to it. You haven't been nice to money.
You haven't been nice
You
to
haven't
money.
been nice. You know, you haven't been saying. You know,
Just
sometimes I speak to it. When I get money, I actually speak to it and I say, thank you. You know, we're here. I need to see more of you. See you around the corner. Add a few zeros, you know,
Where
and
you-
let's do some productive things.
Where are your cousins?
We're family, you know. So let's keep seeing each other, you know. Now imagine if I wake up and I keep saying, "Rachini chinonetsa, chinonetsa kwana," and chakashata, achishandi nacho ichi. Well, I'm sorry, it's going to be like, really? You don't like me? Remember, I'm talking about brands. Let's love ourselves. My message for today, Africa, Zimbabwe, let's love who we are. Have an identity.
Quick one.
Yeah.
So you say we can't ball, we can't look good, put on Louboutin, and all
So,
that
so, so
stuff.
I knew that would come up. I said ownership over brands first when that happens. I'm sure these guys that are wealthy have some quality in their lives. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure they have some quality. Priority. Ownership before bling. That's my message today. If you're going to be putting $15,000 worth of brands and you got no ownership at all, hey, and you're telling me you can't start a business, and you're telling me you can't do this, and you're telling me, I have a fundamental problem with that, Marx. That's my message today. Guys, of course people nice things. I'm just saying make them nice, proudly African, please. Less than 1% of Africa has registered IP in the whole world. Less than 1%. It's not that we don't have ideas. We just don't know how to be owners and register it. That's my message for today. I am the Prime Minister of Moxica, proudly led by His Royal Highness King, Royal Highness King Mox. My name is Ignatius Mnengwa. In Zimbabwe, I'm known as the Dream Builder. I'm here to inspire you every day to dream big, start small, and always finish strong.
Monday afternoon.
Okay, where can people get your deets?
So social media handles, it's Ignatius Munengwa on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and on TikTok it's dream_builder. And my contact details are 0718 785 000, 0718 785 000.
And is the scholarship still going?
Absolutely, and thank you for reminding me that International Scholars Program, 100% scholarships, not for people who are coming out of straight high school into university, but for those that have an undergrad already and are interested in STEM scholarships in the US or Canada. I've given you my details. Please, just get in touch. Go onto the website internationalscholarsprogram.com and you'll get all the details.
Fantastic stuff. Dream Builder, founder of Dream Big Academy, coming through every Monday with linking education with the marketplace.
They say a scheme that's gonna become an anthem, brah.